In an effort to get you out of here at a reasonable time, we're going to move the program along. We have a keynote speaker here tonight who is a lifelong resident of Wise County. He resides in Chico, Texas, where he has served as mayor for the last 5 years. He was elected to the City Council of Chico at the ripe old age of 20 in 2006. He holds a bachelor's degree in English and creative writing from the University of North Texas and a master's in educational leadership and administration from Midwestern University. He's been teaching at Bowie High School, or Bowie ISD, for over 6 years. He's currently teaching world history at Bowie High School. He was selected from a slate of applicants from around the globe to participate in a leadership class at Harvard University. He's a board member of the Wise County Domestic Violence Task Force. He is serving as a fireman and an officer on the Chico Volunteer Fire Department. He's an accomplished songwriter, guitar player, and vocalist. Is there anything you don't do? His songs have been played frequently on a Fort Worth radio station. He was the lead sponsor and survivor of a trip to Paris, France, with almost 30 students last summer, and is planning another trip with students this June to Rome, Italy. He has sponsored a one-act play with Bowie students for several years, and his students received high scores at the district UIL competition this year. He has most recently been awarded Community Advocate of the Year by the Texas Library Association of Small Community Libraries Roundtable. Lastly, he won the Republican primary nomination for Wise County Judge in March in a race with 2 other great candidates. If you don't know this guy, you need to get to know this guy. He's a solid guy. His name is J.D. Clark.
Good evening. Tonight we are gathered here to talk about character, to celebrate character, to tell our youth that character counts. And I'm honored just to be here with you for dinner, but I'm doubly honored to have the opportunity to speak to you. But when speaking about character, where does one begin? You see, character is one of those words that gets tossed around so frequently and in so many different connotations that eventually it begins to lose most of its real meaning. It becomes an empty word that once carried great weight. We say that someone has great character, or that they should show some character, or that they are a real character. But what do we mean by the word character? If you were asked to define it, how would you answer? Originally, that word was used to describe who we are at the very core of our being. The word character comes to us from Greece, where it meant an engraved mark on the soul. Now think about that for a minute. An engraved mark on the soul. Our character is not written in pencil or stamped in ink. Our character is engraved. It is permanently etched into the very foundation of who we are. But over time, the idea of what constitutes good character has changed, and not for the better. There's a historian named Warren Sussman, and he pointed out that America has shifted from a culture of character to a culture of personality. Mr. Sussman analyzed self-help books from the 19th and 20th centuries because he wanted to determine what words were most frequently associated throughout history with the idea of having character. The results are telling of our culture shift. In the 19th century, the words most commonly associated with character were words like duty, honor, citizenship, morals, and honesty. But by the 20th century, the analysis shows that the words most commonly connected with character were attractive, stunning, magnetic, and glowing. Words that are not about who someone is, but how that person appears. We have become a society that emphasizes style over substance, a society that believes if you look good, then you are good. But in the long run, why should we as a society care? Why should we as a nation care whether or not individual people possess good character? Because this nation was not founded on personality. This nation was founded on character. This nation's values are rooted in the beliefs of good people who knew that the status quo was no longer working. Good people who believed that all of us are born free and equal, with the innate right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But as Ronald Reagan once warned us, freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. And that's where we come in tonight. When we devalue character, we devalue the very principles that America should represent to the rest of the world. If we are not raising up young men and women who have good morals and values, who treasure liberty and independence, then we are not protecting the future of this nation. We are not continuing a society that upholds the values upon which this nation was founded. Theodore Roosevelt once said, "Character in the long run is the decisive factor in the life of an individual and of nations alike." That's why I chose to be here tonight, to celebrate character, because the security of our nation depends on the character of the people who live here. I refuse to believe that America's best achievements are behind us. And I refuse to believe that the good old days are the only good days. And I refuse to believe that we have run out of heroes. But for all of that to be true, we must step up. As a society, we must show that character counts. But what is our society doing? We have created an abundance of awards for achievements in academics and athletics. But how and when do we show our genuine appreciation for character? Intellectual and athletic ability can have great value, but they are worthless. Worthless if they are not paired with a character of high moral caliber. Yet still, what happens? The sports analysts place the emphasis on the final score, with little regard of how the game was played. Politicians point to scores on standardized tests. Tests that do not measure leadership, integrity, creativity, and honesty. So how then? How do we honor individuals who possess those traits? We do exactly what we're doing here tonight. We come together as a community and we praise our young people who have shown exemplary character. We praise them and we invest in them. You see, students that are here as recipients tonight, this is where you must not be mistaken. This scholarship is not simply a reward for good behavior in your past. This scholarship is an investment in your future and in the future of our society. We are investing in you because we have seen good, admirable character traits in you, and we want you to flourish and inspire others in this world to live by those same values. We know that to truly change this world for the better, it will take a great number of us all pushing for the same ideals. And this scholarship is our way of asking you to join our team. Join us on this mission. Do not view this scholarship as a simple trophy to applaud who you were as a child. View this scholarship as an opportunity to develop who you are as an adult and to make a meaningful impact on our world. Wise County, something special is happening here tonight. I hope this is just the first of many years of doing this, because tonight we are witnessing the spark of a movement that will have far-reaching implications through our youth, much farther than the walls of this building or the borders of our county. We are now part of a movement. By being here, we are now part of a movement that seeks out, identifies, and invests in young men and women who have demonstrated great character, because we realize that the future of a nation depends upon the merit of the individuals who live here. But for us to be a movement, we must keep moving. We cannot simply applaud at the end of this evening and be done. So tell everyone you know about this mission. Tell everyone you know about the students we meet here tonight. Tell everyone you know about what we are trying to achieve here in Wise County, what we value here in Wise County, in Texas, and in our world. Brian spoke earlier of Anne Frank, a young girl who experienced one of the most horrific ordeals this world has ever known. she experienced complete, total evil. But I often tell my history students, if such an evil can exist once in this world, it can exist again. And Edmund Burke pointed out, the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. And so if we are to truly make this world a better place, we must take good character and put it into action. And while it may sound grandiose to say we need to save the world, isn't that exactly what needs to happen? And if the world is to be saved, won't it start with a group of people who decided to do the right thing? So why not here? And why not tonight? Here in Wise County, we are rich in good people. We are rich in character. So let us respect it, let us recognize it, and let us reward it. Thank you.